Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World Blitz Scrabble Championship. Today is Thursday, March 11th, 2021. It is 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, but it is still 6 p.m. Wednesday evening back on the west coast of the U.S., where I'm coming at you. My name is Evans Clinchy. Happy to have you with us tonight. This is going to be a really good one. I'm just going to cut right to the chase. We are going to be airing a match tonight from the Dingo group and, Chipmunk group, Group C. And the Chipmunk group is absolutely bonkers. These are your standings right now. We got Jackson Smylie in first place at 5-1, 41-13 in his 54 matches. And right there also at 5-1, in fourth place though on spread is Jesse Day. We're going to have Jackson and Jesse going head to head tonight, and only one can win. I am really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's just a pivotal match for the playoffs right now. We've got two players, both 5-1, and one of them is going to move to 6-1 tonight. I see that Wander 15 is very scared. Wander, I hope you're not in any danger right now. I hope you're okay. But in any event, hope that we can move forward with this match and nobody can be too terrified. It's just Scrabble. It's only a game. But in any event, we're going to have Jesse and Jackson getting started in just a moment. I'm going to take a quick look at the Wiggles room. It looks like both players are logged on, but Jesse's having some connection issues. So we're going to... What did I say the wrong day? It's Thursday GMT. It's Wednesday in the US. I thought I clarified that, but in any event, it looks like Jesse and Jackson are going to get started. I'm going to pop over to the board right now, and we can begin in just a second. Okay, so we've got McGrathy and Jesse Day against Squish, Jackson Smylie, and we are getting underway right now with game number 1 out of 9. So welcome to all of you guys just joining us on Wednesday night / Thursday morning, depending on your time zone, just to clarify. All right, so Jesse gets the match underway with Unbag for 20 as the first play of game 1. So if you're just joining us, very important game for the standings of this group. Both players 5-1, and only one can win tonight. Seeing a prediction in the chat, 5-4 Jesse from Jalopnik 1. Not a bad prediction. Jesse's been a strong player all tournament long, but obviously so has Jackson. Jackson's first play of the match is Wira for 24. And it's back to Jesse, who I don't think has a bingo, but it's definitely an interesting rack with the W and the H. Some pretty good synergy there. Seeing a suggestion of unbagels, which is a fantastic idea. Although you should never unbagel, you should always rebagel. Yes, Jesse did lose a match. Jesse lost in week 6 to Janul da Silva, which is why Jesse's now 5-1, and Janul is also 5-1, which is why there's just an absolutely bonkers standing in this group. It is Jesse 5-1, Janul 5-1, Jackson 5-1, and Chris Grubb also 5-1. All 4 guys 5-1, and 2 of those 4 guys are going to be happy at the end of week 9, and 2 of the 4 are going to be not so happy. We're going to find out tonight a little bit about what that might look like, that playoff picture in week 9. Definitely whoever wins this match is going to be in a much stronger position than whoever loses. But right now it's looking like that's going to be, well, it's still very early, obviously, but Jesse has the initial advantage. He's up by about 110 here in game 1. So updo is the play from Jackson for 19 points, and it looks like almost a bingo, but I think, again, maybe not quite for Jesse. I don't believe that we takes an S, so triple E's won't play. Somebody back me up on that. Does we take an S? It does not. Okay. So no triple E's. He'll just play clipped for 30. Not bad. And oh, there's the triple. Lace wing for 167, and Jackson takes the lead. What a big swing there as Jackson gets down a 167-point bingo for the lead. Jesse's got fedoras on his rack, though. He's going to bingo right back. There's a spot for fedoras underneath lace wing that just opened up. That might be the only bingo available here. Jesse's going to take his time here and look, though. You guys can feel free to use the bot in the chat and check some things, but I believe fedora's blank is not going to yield much in terms of 8s yet. Only 4 said, which doesn't play. Oh, 4 heads through HE. That is very impressive. Wow. So 4 heads, a 9 coming right after the triple of lace wing. Just a banger of a game 1 here. So Jackson, after all of that, leads by only 5 points, 256 to 251. Jesse's got the Z. He plays Cesar for 42. Scoring doesn't stop. Go for 36 from Jackson. We got a close game here. So, who's got the advantage now? Jackson well ahead on the clock, about a minute and a half more time than Jesse has, but it is Jesse on turn with a near bingo looking rack, not quite. Tava for 26, keeping a lead of IRSU. Interesting. Looks like not quite a bingo here. Mentions doesn't quite fit for Jackson. I don't believe there's going to be anything this turn, but definitely something worth fishing with. Ooh, Upraiser comes down for 74. Instantly Jesse bingos, and it's challenging, it's good. Jesse with a 1 bingo advantage now, up by 77 late in the game. 44 points for Vibes will make this a little closer, but wow. Jesse draws the second blank. What does Jesse have with this rack? Maybe not anything. Not seeing anything right away. There's no open E or S for Skeleton. He'll just play not for 33, conserving his time. Ooh. He's got Benjily in a Benji manner. I don't think that's good. Will he play Benjily or will he play a valid word? We'll find out. Jesse goes over on his clock. He's got a minute till he flags, and he's lost 10 points for the time penalty, which might matter. He plays Joy, setting up a spot for Joys. He's got the case blank. There's no S. So he keeps BELN blank. There's definitely some bingos you can draw, like Boldens or Enables. Difficult to block here if you're Jackson. He's not going to block anything at all, and blends. Oh, he plays a phony 3. He played Dix. Dix comes off the board, and then blends comes down for Jesse. So Jesse is going to win game 1. All right, that was quite the finish of this one. So, yeah, after all of that, it looks like Jesse's going to win by over 100 in the end. That was quite the amusing try there by Jackson. And it looks like game 1 is going to go Jesse's way if he hasn't flagged. He's got 23 seconds now. He'll just play any valid word, Ion, that'll work. And your final score is 535, 425, 110-point win for Jesse Day in game 1. Woogles tells me, invalid words challenge off, Dix. All right then. Game 1 goes to Jesse, and game 2 gets underway right away. All right. Hefe for 28 and Q for 36. So a small lead for Jesse early in game 2. So Jackson plays Buai for 25, keeping a balanced AG lead, and not a great draw for Jesse. 3 I's. He plays Vino, keeping 2 of those I's, along with a U. Both players playing very quickly now. Only 19 seconds off the clock for Jackson, about the same amount for Jesse as well. So pretty ugly rack here for Jesse with 2 I's and 2 U's. You might want to just exchange here. There are ways to play through it, but they're not looking too great. I don't think you want to play just Dewey for 8 or something. That doesn't look worth it. You could play Val, that's an idea. All right, the exchange is keeping AINS, nice leave. And Ram for 31, nice play from Jackson, scoring points and playing quickly. I don't think there's a bingo here for Jesse, but it's a nice rack with plenty of scoring potential. You could just do Snarf, overlapping Cure for a whole bunch of points. Or Snarf there for 33, similar idea. Ooh, Nocivos, very nice play from Jackson. 92-point bingo there for the lead. All right, so what does Jesse do here? Down by 92. Difficult situation here. It's not the most open board in the world. You do want to keep your options open for a comeback. Debate in the chat. Is Jesse the comeback king, or is he dead here? I think he's still alive for sure. Only down by 90. Still a long way to go. All right, so Valle for 21. Jackson keeps scoring pretty well, but Jesse draws the blank. And he's probably going to have a bingo here. I think Skelpit is a word, right? Plisky, that's a word. There you go. Oh, Plisky with a giant score, overlapping Val. Yeah, Plisky is definitely the play here. So Jesse is down by, what is it, 95, and Plisky's going to score, I think, more than 95, right? How many points is Plisky? 104. This would be for the lead if you can find it. That is definitely the play. Jesse, you're really taking a lot of time here. Oh yeah, step like is also a big play. You're right. Kipples for 92. That comes off. Ooh, a phony from Jesse. Also used a lot of time to play it. And now Locks is going to block Plisky, but he does still have step like. Yeah, step like has to be found now. 98 for that. So Jesse's down by a lot here, 137, and he's very low on the clock as well. He's really burning through time. Jackson with 2:27 on the clock, Jesse with 12 seconds, 11, 10, and counting. All right, he plays Plisky for 86. He did see Plisky apparently, but not in the better spot. Wow, so that puts an E in the triple lane, and Jackson is Aeronite Retin-A trainee. That doesn't use the E in any way. I believe he's got no bingo playable. Yeah, you could play trainee. There you go. He'll just play trainee for 24. Okay, a non-bingo just blocking the triple makes a lot of sense. He's up by 70. He's also really putting the screws to Jesse time-wise. Jesse goes over. 1 minute till he flags. He's down by 80 points. Ooh, prediction in the chat of Jackson winning 5-4. Okay, okay. It's looking like it could be 1-1 after this game, so anything can happen from here. Also, Jesse could still come back. He's within 64 now after playing toe. Kept a lead of EGIT. All right, HI for 28, and Ought is going to open the board a little bit. You got to look at line B there as a possible bingo lane here. Jesse does still have 46 seconds. He's playing a little bit faster now. All right, Pert is going to make it a little bit harder to bingo. I like that idea from Jackson, just making the board a little bit harder. Although it does take an A for a Pert, and Jesse plays a Pert. There you go, as up for 31. And what do you do here if you're Jackson? You're up by 48 now. You got to keep scoring. Tids for 30, okay. And I don't think Jesse has anything here. He's going to play Riley for 46. Nice score. He's back within 32 now. Oh, he could have played Ipperite. Nice find. Yeah, overlapping the Z for quite a bit of score there through the P and a Pert. All right, rough draw for Jackson. He's got all consonants. So what can he do with all of this? You could just play through the O with like Townie or something. Oh yeah, Townley. There you go. That's a word. Townley means townish. Jackson has time to slow down and think here. He plays only. I guess he wasn't sure of a word like Townie or Townley. Doesn't need to play perfectly here. He just needs to block the right spot and not get any miracle bingo played against him. Up by 46. Jackson's pretty comfortable on this board, I think. Also, big advantage on time. 10 seconds left for Jesse until he flags. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. He's got to play something. 3, 2, 1, and I think that'll do it. All right, Jackson gets the win, 366, 320, and that'll make it a 1-1 tie in the match. All right, so Jesse with the big win in game 1 after the hilarious 23, and then he times out in game 2, so we are tied 1-1. So let's take a look at the schedule for this weekend. This is the very beginning of week 7. We just saw, I believe, Brian Bowman had a win over Cesar del Solar in the first match of the week. And now we're going to have Jesse versus Jackson. And then we're going to have David Eldar versus Anand Bharadwaj after this. I believe they're going to be playing in like 5.5 hours or something. I didn't see what my... Yeah, David says 5.5 hours from now, so that's the next match. All right, back to the board. We got game 3 starting right now. And... Whack for 18, followed by Bop for 18. Tie game early between Jesse and Jackson here in game 3. So, what do you do here if you're Jesse? Is there some kind of overlap underneath Whack? Okay, you play Gay for 24, that works. Q draw for Jackson, but he's got Kides or Coddies or something. You can definitely play a word for a decent score here. Yeah, Kides for 37 looks nice, and it gives back a J hotspot for Jesse. Maybe it doesn't. There's not really a play there that's a 5 starting with J. He'll just play Jug for 34. That seems fine. And Vampy is a nice way to unload those consonants for some points. 38 points for that. So both players kind of exchanging the lead back and forth. Pretty close game right now. 93-76. And it's Jesse on turn, down by a little bit. What does he have here? Just Peel, I guess. Can get rid of some excess E's and L's. Anything better than just Peel? I'm not sure. Okay, or Pell, keeping E-E-N-S, not bad. Yeah, I'm not sure what is a better leave, E-E-N-S or E-L-N-S. Probably E-E-N-S. All right, so both players kind of cleaning up these so-so racks, trying to keep good leaves, and the first blank goes to Jackson here. I want to say snushed is a word. I could be wrong. Snushed? Yeah. Snushed and menu looks pretty good. Oh yeah, snushed and dunches. There you go. Oh, wait, men's? Men's is a word, right? I don't know anything anymore. Men's is not found. Okay. Shunted and menu. Those are valid words. All right, so Jackson's up by a bingo here, and he's got a W hotspot for a pretty easy woe play, I would imagine. He does play woe, and he's up by 111 now. Nice lead for Jackson here. Looks like Jesse continues to be one tile off from a bingo. He'd love to have like an eye for Cinnarins or something, but nothing doing. What do you do here? You're down by 111. You got to keep scoring. You are multiple bingos down at this point. All right, so Nug for 4, Will's favorite. And then Arc Sign for 96 plus the 5. Monster play from Jesse. He's back in the game. Only down by 23. And a lot of one-pointers for Jackson. He's going to score a little bit with Taj. And Turista, I don't think, goes anywhere. Yeah, looks like no spot for Turista. I don't think you want to try Arc Signer. Wait, Turista fits? Wait, oh, Turista does fit to the right of Arc Sign. Okay. All right, Turista is definitely the play here. See if Jesse can find the play that I couldn't find. Turista goes here. Okay. If you see the word and you see the spot, not much to think about. Oh, I guess he didn't see it. All right, for 6. That is a miss. Looks like he's going to bingo the following turn, though. He's definitely going to find something here. He's got Brisant, he's got Barista, he's got all sorts of options. You got to just play something. You don't want to get too low on time. Yeah, Embrassed, that's a word as well. Plenty of options. I just don't know what goes on in Jesse's head when he pauses for this long. He does know it's a Blitz tournament. It's week 7. He's figured that out by now. But yeah, he is using a lot of time here. Okay, he plays Abiturs. That looks like the worst of his bingos available. He's definitely American Pecorn. That is, yeah. He plays Abiturs for 63. Definitely had some higher scoring options there. All right, Zoner for 57 puts Jackson pretty solidly in the lead. Probably want to use that open Z. Yeah, Zeta looks like the only option there. So Jackson up by a little bit here. 23-point lead, and he is on turn. Oh, Zoya is a word. Okay. Yeah, Zoya is better than Zeta. Good call, guys. So yeah, Zeta burns through his only consonant, or one of his only 2 consonants, that is. And he's looking like he could have used a consonant here. He's got 5 vowels. I don't think there's really much you can do with your vowels that's going to score anything. I guess you could play Eek and Kit on the top left corner. He just plays Eel, holding on to the K. He must have some sort of plan for that K. I'm not sure what it is. Hooley, nice play by Jackson. 42 points and played very fast as well. 1 tile in the bag. Is there anything Jesse can fish for? There is an open bingo line now above Hooley, but yeah, there's no chance you can bingo with this rack, I don't think. Not seeing any 7s with 6 of these tiles. Oh, yeah, it's pointed out that Airhole would have played with the Huli rack. Jackson just played so fast that he didn't even look, I'm guessing. Yes, Will, you are good at Blitz. You are in first place in the entire tournament. That means you're good. All right, so wrapping up a win here for Jackson, it looks like. 454 to 393 is your final, and Jackson, with 2 wins in a row, takes the lead in the series 2 games to 1. Just another look for context at what this match means for the tournament. Jackson and Jesse are both 5-1. They are 2 of the 4 players who are all 5-1 in the Chipmunk group in this tournament. After tonight, we're going to have 1 player at 6-1, 2 guys at 5-1 still, and then 1 at 5-2. It is much harder to make the playoffs of this group at 5-2 than it is at 6-1. So a very, very important match for both players. And right now it is Jackson in the lead, 2 games to 1. Oh, okay. So Jackson in the chat says that Jesse's internet is bad, so we're going to take a short break. Okay, that is good to know. Van life. Yeah, it's a very good point that when you spend your life living in a van, it's hard to have good internet access. So Jesse's going to try to find a better connection, I guess, and we're going to stall. Time for my quick 5. My quick 5 what? I don't understand. Let's have it. Okay, yeah, you guys can ask me anything. Go ahead, James. What are your questions for me? I'll just keep an eye on the Wiggles room and see. Why is my name plural? So my name is Evans because it was my grandfather's name, and I'm named after him. If you look at like the baby name data from like the 1920s, it was actually a much more common first name in the 20s than it is now. So it wasn't that weird back then. I'm getting a request from Noah Slatkoff to play a game. Should I take it? Who do I think will make the finals of this group? Oh, there's a question. Well, I mean, I guess Jackson is currently leading 5-1, or he's currently leading this this match 2-1, and he's also in first place. So I'm going to say Jackson, and then I'm going to say that Jennifer makes a run, and she makes it with 4-5 plus a really good spread. Is that not possible? Oh, they're resuming. Okay, excellent. I'm going to not answer any more questions. I'm already getting uncomfortable. Okay, back to the Wiggles tournament. Okay, here we go. We're going to have game number 4 starting now. All right. So, lucidly, the opening bingo from Jackson. So a monster play from Jackson to open. He's up 2-1 already in the match, and now he's up 84-0 here in game 4. Found that word within 3 seconds and slapped it down instantly. Guess the probability. I'm going to say it's like 33,000th. Oh, 20, okay, 26,000. All right, so is there a bingo here? I don't think there is, right? You needed like an R for radiator or something like that. Antidoro with an N. Yeah, only those 2, okay. So Jackson just crushing. He gets ozones for 70 on his second turn. He's now up by a, wow, 154-17, and he's on turn again. 181-17. Wow. So Jackson just crushing right now. Already up 2-1 in the match, and now he's got a solid lead in game 4. Yeah, revivify is also a word. Unfortunately, his rack was T-vivify. All right, so Fascia for 20 points, opening up a bingo lane. Very interesting play from Jesse. Going for some volatility since you're down early. I like it. What does Jackson have here? There's got to be some kind of overlap. Awatos, there you go. Or Awetos. Yeah, Awetos looks like the play. All right, 12 for 32, not bad either. Taking out that that bingo lane that Jesse opened up, and you are safely up by 150 at that point, so not bad. Benji points out that Wito is a word. Not that it actually is a word, but you know what I mean. All right, so what do you do here? Is there any overlap Yeah, Hose. There you go. That works. Hose is going to score 37. So Jackson just piling on the points. It's 250 to 63. Oh my, yeah, Jesse had Rentable available there. Missing Rentable through the L and Lucidly. And Jackson is just piling it on. Yeah, this definitely calls for the Simpsons "Stop, He's Already Dead" gif. All right, so Jesse just desperately opening triple triples, and it's not going to work. So, yeah, actually, Jackson plays Jag, keeping the X and the blank. So he's going to have Axe or something there, and then he's going to bingo later after that. Jackson could win by like 400 this game. Oh no, Jesse's going to make your meeting start late. I'm very sorry. When's your meeting, Conrad? It's rather unfortunate. Oh yeah, you're definitely not making the time for that. 7 o'clock, no chance. So Jackson is at 461, and he still has the blank, and he still has 20 tiles in the bag. Let's guess his final score. I'm going to say 622. You guys going over or under 622? All right, so Prem for 26. Informed is the bingo. 855, ambitious guess from Noah. Wow. We'll see. Oh my god, he draws Undergo out of the bag after Informed, opening a triple-triple. And he draws not a bingo, I don't think. On this board, does anything play? I don't think so. He's going to go over 622, that's for sure. What's his highest scoring play here? Not seeing anything crazy high scoring. So I believe the record for highest score in this tournament belongs to Austin Shin, who had like a 693 maybe last week. It looks like Jackson is not quite going to break the tournament record, but he's going to come pretty darn close. I'm sure Jackson right now is just looking for his highest scoring play so he can maximize that high game. He plays... Oh, I don't think he realizes that the bag is empty. I think he's fishing for a bingo, and he can't do that with the bag empty. So that's probably a mistake, but not that it matters. Jackson is going to win game 4, and he's going to be up 3 games to 1. Unless he falls asleep and runs out of time. So Jackson went from scoring 50 every turn to scoring 2 and then 7. And it ends with a whimper. Final score of 620. He actually goes under my prediction of 622. Okay. Jackson gets the win in game 4. It is now 3 games to 1, and this is pretty close to must-win territory now for Jesse. You don't want to go down 4-1. Quasi is the opening play from Jesse. 48 points for that. Yeah, what was that in game? I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Jackson gets the win, and he's up 3-1, and Jesse with a little bit of a vowel-heavy rack that you can't score much with on move 2 here. What can you do with these tiles? Seems like not much. Oh, Geely, I think that's a word. Define Geely. Yeah. Okay, Telia, 27. That's a pretty good score as well. Keeping EE as your leave. And Jackson setting up an X-bomb there. He's got Ox fitting underneath Jawed. He played Jawed keeping ILOX, and I think he's going to cash that in now. Axel also plays. Oh, no, doesn't. Just kidding. He'll just play Ox. There you go. All right, time limit for 62. And Jesse takes a 1 bingo lead. What can you do here? You'd love to have a nice scoring play with your H or your V. I don't think there's any H word you can put at spot 2J. All right, he just plays Vital, and Eterios comes down from Jesse. That's going to put Jesse in the lead, but Jackson has drawn the first blank. I see Ianthine from the I. There's plenty of bingos from the S in Eterios like Shanties. Okay, that's 74-point bingo there. Jesse's going to bingo right back, though. He's got the other blank. What's the best bingo here for Jesse? Not really sure, but if you're Jesse, you probably don't want to waste too much time on it. Just make something reasonable looking. Is there anything here you can play, probably so. Strange, there you go, 79 points for Strange, and looks like we're finally going to have a non-bingo turn as Jackson has drawn a lot of vowels. He plays 00 for 20, and wow, Jesse has all consonants, the opposite problem. He might want to just trade here. Knowing Jesse, he's going to like waste 40 seconds and then trade. Oh, no, okay, he'll play 34-point play quickly. I'm wrong on all counts. Okay. So after Pith, Jesse's up by 124. He's probably fine here. Jackson is trying to wade through these weird racks. And, oh, he plays a phony 2. That's no good. BU, Boston University, comes off the board. Boston and university are both valid words, but the abbreviation for them together is not. All right, CAG for 12 points. And Jesse is safely ahead here, it looks like. Doing just fine on the clock as well for a change. Not a great board for Jackson to come back. He's going to need to bingo several times. He plays UVA, another university, UVA. 14 points for that. And that's going to open a bingo lane, and maybe we have to see an exchange now from Jesse, or maybe he'll play through it. Bunt, okay. Bunt keeps FFL. And Banders shows up for Jackson. He does play it, 73 points for that, and he's back in the same centile, both in the threes now. Jackson down by 71. What's the best play here for Jesse? Maybe just flan through that A or zonal. There you go, 45 points for zonal. And I don't think there's any bingo here that plays, although you certainly seem close to some things here. Needs an E for peculiar. Needs a T for pictorial. Down by 116, he plays quail. Looks like he's pretty hopeless here. I'm guessing that we'll just see myth or something through that I to score a little bit and pretty much end this one from Jesse. Okay, he plays graph, same idea. So Jesse looking like he's going to make this a 3-2 match now. Definitely making things interesting. Four tiles left on Jackson's rack, and Jesse just trying to find a reasonable end game here. Doesn't need to be perfect, but just looking to find something here. 24 points for Moy is fine, and Jesse will go out the following turn, I think. Is there a spot for Yod? There's Yodel. You can play Yodel into the O or O dial. There you go. All right, your final score is Jesse 493, Jackson 360, and Jesse makes it a 3-2 series with 4 games still to go. All right, on to game number 6, and the opening play is Hoodie for 32 from Jackson. Jesse's got the first blank, and I think he's going to bingo here. What does he have? Definitely something, right? I'm struggling here. What does he have? Anagram. Anagram this? Nothing there, okay. There's maybe not as many words as you think in this rack, huh? So there's frenzied into the D. Oh, Zebrine, there you go. Zebrine making Zoe and Ed and Bi. Seems like a very strong option. It does open this big hot spot here at H12. So even if you do Zebrine, you might want, ooh, Prenzy, that's really cool. Wow. Oh, it makes a phony though. He played EY. He played EY. Yeah. The other overlaps were valid, but not that one. So a very sad phony from Jesse. He uses 55 seconds and then plays a phony too. So Jackson now, good luck blocking everything, but you could definitely make a defensive play here. Like, yeah, UFO looks pretty good. limiting Jesse's options. Actually, maybe that does block everything. Oh, he's got Prenzy now making Dop. Okay. Does Jackson know Prenzy? He might not. For all I know, Jackson challenged Prenzy and didn't even see EY. Alright, looks like he's letting Prenzy go. Alright, so Zinc for 30, which takes an O. Not sure if Jackson knows that one or not, but if he does know it, he's setting up a nice hotspot for a J-O something 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 word. Joint or something. Alright, Unwit. And oh, he had... Yeah, he plays Jor. There you go. Nice play. 42 points for Jor. And it's back to Jesse, who's down by a little bit, but he's got the X. What can he do to score some points with the X here? It doesn't look that great. Prenzy does not take an S, I'm pretty sure. I think I've challenged that off before. All right. Tough rack here for Jackson. He's just going to blow it up, though. Tundra for 30. And Jesse will bingo here for sure. And he plays Trades for 84. That seems just fine. Gets the +5 for the challenge. Yeah, almost Whitlander. I was thinking about that too, Benji. In Clabbers, he would have had Whitlander through the E and the I. Sadly, we're playing regular Scrabble. Ooh, another just ugly draw for Jesse. He's had a lot of these all-consonant racks in this match so far. Do you exchange here? I think you might have to. No, he's going to play through it. Crab for 20, keeping a leave of RTTV. Oh my god, it just gets worse. Now you have to exchange. There's just nothing you can do with this rack. I would just trade 5 keeping RT, I think. And that's exactly what he does. He trades 5 keeping RT. So an extra turn here for Jackson, who will probably take the lead here, only down by 5 points. What does he have, though? Good point by Edward in the chat that if Jesse loses this game, it's not the bag's fault. That is definitely fair to say. When you play EY, it is your own fault. All right, so close game here. Jesse up by 4. Jackson on turn. You could play OH, setting up your S. That's a little bit aggressive, though. All right, Avo for 21, Tog for 19. Both players trading some fairly low-scoring plays, and now it's back to back to Jackson. He plays Aphesis. Nice bingo there. 78 points for that, and the lead. Looking pretty good here for Jackson, trying to go up 4 games to 2. And he's got a pretty solid lead now. Not a great Q situation for Jesse. What can you do with this Q? Not very much. Yeah, Aphesis is a nice bingo. It's hard to see. There's a really cool word, Aphesis plus a D, if anybody can find that one. All right, what can you do here besides not flag? All right, he plays Nova, keeping the Q. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that Q. Reenact comes down from Jackson. He's up by 91. Still that annoying Q to deal with for Jesse. Did he just miss Cornier? Yes, he did just miss Cornier. Thanks for asking, David Eldar. Yeah, Cornier would have been the bingo there. Yeah, so Jackson is definitely a native American dictionary player and is not as familiar with the Collins only words, but yeah, definitely Cornier's one he should have known and found. All right, so Jesse's down by 101 now. He plays the Q off for 29, and he did not draw the bingo out that he needed. He has pellet plus D, and that is not anything. So Jackson is going to get his 4th win, and it's going to be a do-or-die situation now for Jesse Day. Jesse must win all 3 of games 7, 8, and 9 to take this match. Going to be tough for him. Updating your score, it is now Jackson Smylie 4, Jesse Day 2. And they're going to begin game number 7 right away. Sounds like Jesse really doesn't want to be late for his meeting. All right, Jiao for 26, and all consonants for Jackson to start. They'll play through it. Golf keeping DMSS. So, don't think there's bingo here. You would need to have an R for airproof. Oh yeah, just polo looks nice. Good find. Just play the damn word. I agree with you. I just don't know what goes on in Jesse's head when he's wasting all that time. I just don't get it. Yep, Conrad was down 4-2 on this very stream last week, and he won his match, so it's definitely doable. Matthew O'Connor came back from down 0-4. I thought Matthew O'Connor blew a 4-0 lead. Did he come back from down 0-4? I can't remember. But yeah, definitely comebacks have happened. All right, no failure here for Jesse. You guys can insert your own punchlines there. All right. So Jackson making a fishy play there, keeping ADIRS. He'll try to draw bingo. Outsail is playable here for Jesse in multiple spots. Okay, or habitual, that works too. So Jesse going volatile, opening a triple-triple when he's up by 100. That's a strange choice, but it's what he does, and he's not going to get triple-tripled on. In fact, I don't think he's going to get bingoed on at all. Jackson with his ADIRS drew a K and an O, which is not great, I don't think. Ooh, dehorter. So Jesse with a big lead now, up by 150. He's in good shape here. Almost a bingo here for Jesse. He would need to have an E for licensed. Doesn't quite have it. So what do you do here if you are Jesse? Up by 104, don't want to open anything up for your opponent. Yeah, Klein looks nice. Good score, good defense, just continues to add to his lead. Shutting down bingo possibilities for Jackson is definitely a plus with that play. So, difficult board now for Jackson, down by multiple bingos, and there's just not a lot of real estate to use on this board. Also not a great rack for scoring right now. Yeah, no D on Klein, looks like. All right, so what do you do here? All right, so he plays Den. He's probably trying to get a bingo in line 5 here. He does have the E and the D for some kind of ED verb bingo. But there is the second blank for Jesse. Things are looking very, very good for Jesse now. He's up by 100 and he's got the blank as well. He's got the Y to put on Joe to McJoey as well. All right, he plays Chad. His leave is MY blank. Oh my God, Perrin Chima. What in the world is that? All right, learning something new. All right, pace comes down. Is there any bingo making Joey? I don't think there is. Anagram. Motetti. What do you got for me, Vlad? Nothing. Okay. No sevens at all in this rack. It looked interesting. Doesn't have any vowel available for tomato-y either. All right, so Lenited is not playable, I believe. Hey, Axer Typo raised with the party of 19. Thanks to Josh for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome from the Axer Typo stream, everybody who's just tuning in now. You are missing quite the match. Jackson Smylie is up 4-2 against Jesse Day, and he's got a real chance to win this match. Probably not this game though. Jesse in great shape in game 7 here. Jesse needs to win all 3 of game 7, 8, and 9 to win the match, and he is doing okay so far. Desperation triple opening time for Jackson, and unfortunately he's not going to draw the blank because Jesse has it. So just anything at all through that A seems pretty reasonable here. Just Rang would be fine. There are 2 triples open though, and definitely Jackson's going to try to draw something in the other one, but through a Y is pretty hard. He'll go for like an I word, like eye-tooth or something. All right. Quep is going to put Jackson within 133. He's still way behind. Jesse has the second blank as well. Ooh, Dystaxia. That would have been nice. All right, so Tane will take out the triple, and it looks like Jesse is going to be safe here. He's going to be up. He's going to be, sorry, only down by 1 game, 4-3 after this. If you're just joining us, let's take a quick look at the standings in this group, just to fully understand the context of this match. Right now, Jackson and Jesse are both 5-1 in the Chipmunk group, and they're playing each other head-to-head right now. There are 2 other players also 5-1, Chris Grubbage and Ilda Silva. So after tonight's match, the loser of this match will be in 4th place behind all 3 guys that have only 1 loss. So a very, very important match for both of these players, as one of them is going to be down to 2 losses. All right, back to the board. It looks like the final score in this match, or sorry, in this game anyway, is gone. I can't find it. Okay, in any event, it was a win, I would assume, for Jesse. And let's go ahead and mark it up. 4 games to 3, and we're going to go on to game number 8 between Jesse and Jackson now. Big bingo from Jesse Day. Occident for 98 on the first play, and Jesse's got the advantage here in game 8. So a real chance for Jesse to tie this match. He gets Intrepid. He bingos back-to-back, and he's up by 123 early. So a real chance for this to go to 9 games, as Jesse has a big lead early in game 8. Did he challenge Intrepid? Apparently, yes, he did challenge Intrepid. I didn't notice that, but yeah, that's what happened. I thought that was a normal word, but I guess not. All right. Jesse has the second blank as well. I don't think he's going to bingo with this rack, but on scores pretty well. 27 keeping BLOU blank. And he's got a good chance to bingo again. Ooh. Almost bunghole. No G or E for bunghole. All right, 33 points. He's going to keep on scoring and bingo eventually with that blank. So Jackson is drawing kind of weird stuff. He's got 3 S's and he can't really do anything to use them. He just plays Neos for 15. Okay. Didn't really see much better. Jun here. Yep, Jun is played 23 for that. And a little bit of a more balanced rack now for Jackson. He plays Null for 30. Wow. Jesse's had this blank for a while, but just can't draw any good letters with it. Maybe arm here from the A in Naw. Just unload a couple of these consonants. Yep, that is what's played. Okay. So Jesse's ahead by over 100, and he's got the second blank as well. He's in pretty good shape. But I want to say wonus is a word, and that is what Jackson plays. Wonus comes down, and what does Jesse have here? Settler and Ohms. That'll do it. Okay. Still a 100-plus point lead for Jesse here in game 8. Looking pretty likely this goes to the deciding 9th game. So definite trouble here for Jackson. He's going to try to open things up for himself, but it's not looking good. Difficult situation here. Oh, now down by almost 180. Looking like this is going to be a pretty easy win for Jesse in game 8. So you guys were talking about comebacks in the chat earlier, about how Conrad had a comeback from down 4-2 last week. These things definitely happen in this tournament. It is not over till it's over in these matches, and Jesse's going to have his chance to come back from 4-2 and win. He plays Erugo. Both players playing very fast in this 8th game. No chance of either one of them flagging. Yeah, KY was 63 points. That's a big high-scoring play. Not that it matters very much. Jesse is comfortably ahead no matter what. So we are heading for a game 9. Feel free to air out your predictions in the chat. Who's going to win that 9th game, Jesse or Jackson? $126-point lead here for Jesse. And we're just going to play out the endgame here, and then looks like the final score is going to be 520 something for Jesse. Where does he play? EST. There's a set here. Looks pretty good. Yeah, set for 17, and Jesse wins by a final score of 530 to 367. Your score is Jesse Day 4 games and Jackson Smylie 4 games. We are tied 4-4 heading for our 9th game, and it is winner take all in the 9th one. So here we go. Game number 9. All right, big advantage early for Jesse. Hurts for 54, and that does hurt indeed for Jackson. He's got an interesting rack. Probably wants to unload that J in bingo soon. He plays Jet, keeping Shine, S-H-I-N-E. Might have a chance to bingo next turn. We'll see. Ooh, he draws the X. That's interesting as well. He plays it off, keeping Shine again. Pretty good leave. Trying to hit a bingo. Jesse up by 45 early. Why not Hex? I think he wanted to keep the X for... if you don't bingo, it's a good scoring tile to have. It's also pretty bingo prone with that leave. Like Haymans is the word here, and he does play it. There we go. 86 points for Haymans and the lead for Jackson. But it's going to give Pellerine right back, or Perennial. Multiple bingo options available here. All right, Jesse chooses Perennial for 72. So Jesse's up by 47. Jackson on turn. Both players playing very fast. They've got time to slow down and think if they want it. So Jackson's down by a little bit. Ooh, Banyan for 32. Is that spelled correctly? I don't think so. It comes off. So a phony is going to cost Jackson a turn, and Yugari, I believe, doesn't go anywhere. It looks like a homeless bingo for Jesse. Is there a way to maybe make a short, fishy kind of play here, go for bingo next turn? I'm not sure if there is really. It's a tough rack. Not a lot of obvious plays that jump out. Oh, Pugary. No, don't play Pugary. That's silliness. This is not a time for content. This is a time for winning. It's 4-4. All right. Egg for 16. And that's going to give a pretty good scoring spot back to Jackson, who can play Bonnie or something like that. Yeah, he does play Bonnie. He's only down by 28 now. Birdies, I don't think goes anywhere. Wait, does it? No, I don't think it does. Bruised. I don't think the bingos play. Oh, Daubrey's. There you go. Daubrey's for 63. So Jesse's ahead by more than a bingo now. He's in pretty good shape. What can Jackson do? He plays Teak for a good score. 43 for that. Jesse gets the Q. He's got the U with it, but what's the word here? I'm not seeing much. You could just play Ovel to take out the E. Seems like a spot you want to cover. Yeah, Ovel does come down. 24 points for that. And there's the blank for Jackson. Not seeing a spot for Aircrew or anything like that. Oh, Aircrew's through the R. There you go. That's the bingo for Jackson, and he takes, not the lead. Sorry, still down by 11 points. Down by 11. Quid for 24 adds to Jesse's lead. Pongle's right out of the bag. But no spot for that, I don't think. So what do you do here? You're still down by a little bit. 35 points behind. He plays Mong, setting up his S. But there's that blank for Jesse. Very important draw. Jesse has the blank, and he has Rooted and Mongo. If you can spot this, it's game over, I think. Rooted. Yeah, 100 points. Or Cutout, that works too. Wow, Cutout for 91, and Jesse is going to win this, it looks like. Wow, so Jackson had his chances both in the match and in this game 9, but it looks like Jesse's going to survive. What a crazy match. Jackson with a big comeback late in this game gets down Aircrewed for a bingo and has a real chance to win it, but Jesse with a big bingo in the end here. Cutout for 91 plus 5 for the challenge. Just a desperation challenge from Jackson. Oh my god, he bingos again. Jesse just rubbing it in now. And I guess you can try triple for that G, but it doesn't look like it's likely to work. All right, so Jesse Day in dramatic fashion comes back from down 4-2 and is going to win this match, it looks like. And he draws Illyria right out of the bag. Just unreal. So Jesse Day wins by a final of 598 to 402, and he wins the match with wins in games 7, 8, and 9. He comes back to win the match 5 games to 4. So a very impressive win for Jesse Day, and he takes sole possession of first place in the Chipmunk group. He's going to be 6-1 with 39.5 game wins, and Jackson's going to be 5-2 with 45 game wins. So he does still have the spread advantage. He has more game wins than Jesse does, and if there is a situation where Jesse loses later in this tournament, Jackson could still overtake him. And then also there's the small matter of 2 other players also 5-1 in Chris Scrabble and Janil Da Silva. So a very crazy playoff race in this group just got even crazier as Jackson Smylie, the 4 seed, comes up short against the 1 seed Jesse Day. So Jackson is going to fall out of first place, but a lot of action still to come in this group. A lot of things can still happen. We have, of course, have not yet seen Jesse play Chris Grubb. That's going to happen, I believe, next week. So just a lot can still happen in this group. It'll be pretty fun to watch. I want to say thanks to all of you guys for tuning in. I'm going to take a quick look at the schedule again. I believe that there's been a reschedule where David Eldar and Anand are playing. I don't think that's correct, 11 a.m. I think it's going to be actually at maybe 7:30 GMT. I'm not sure. But in any event, David and Anand are going to be playing soon. And then after that, we're going to have a lot more matches throughout the weekend, including Benji versus BJ on his channel tomorrow night. Benji airing that one. And then later tomorrow night, we're going to have myself, Evans Clinchy, against Martin DeMello, followed by Connor Vassar-Bichard against Peter Armstrong. So a lot of matches still to come. Looking forward to those. I want to say thanks to all of you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to log off and perhaps toss a raid in the direction of a friend of the program. Let's go ahead and raid none other than Mr. I Am Rosen. I know you guys all love chess. Every single one of you unanimously loves chess, and I will reward you guys with an enjoyable chess stream to watch. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks to all you guys for watching, and I will see you all soon with more action here from BlitzChamps Week 7. So long.